Well, that was Max's track. How'd you guys like that? I think it slapped pretty hard. I mean, even though it's like super atmospheric. I mean, that kind of goes for like the ukulele track that we were just listening to at the end of that stream. I think it slapped. Okay, gotta set my OBS audio back to normal because Super Smash Bros. Be like that. Although, does it? I always forget if this one's like unusually loud or unusually quiet. It's okay that we have like 30 seconds to ponder this while it loads. I'll turn it up a little bit. I could change the OBS or the Elgato levels, but I'll use OBS for now. Of the night! Love these new vocal tracks. Love that they're doing this now. Great change. It frustrates me to no end that the kick-ass instrumental theme that they used during E3 just isn't in this game. And for a game that has like an unusually large amount of options, to the point where Sakurai talks about them in a direct, you can't disable the vocal theme. So anyways, I haven't looked at the Terry update at all. I've been playing this a lot on my own time still, but I've kind of solely been occupying my time with Mob Smash. Oh, it doesn't show my records though. I'll do one round of All-Star, which is not going to work well with input delay and sub 30 FPS, which I stream with, unfortunately. But I can take a crack at it, and then at the end it'll show what my top record is, and we'll see. I've never completed it. Oh, there we go. Okay, well my record is 63, but unfortunately I've already made my bed. Let's see how far I can get. I wanna try. So in total there's like 78 fighters, 77 fighters, something like that. So I'm still a pretty far ways away. But yeah, regarding Terry, this is like the most experience that I have with this. Is that sometimes he shows up and I get rid of him like 5 seconds later. You know what though? Good practice. I gotta get used to how shitty it feels to play Smash like this. And then I can get used to how even shittier it'll feel to add additional input delay on top of my native input delay when I play online. Now you may say, Griffin, what the fuck are you doing? What is wrong with you? You're like 2 fighters in and you're already at 43% damage. And to that I say, many things are wrong. So now, see, it's one thing to say that like, oh, whatever, I'm good at games. I blame input delay, because I do that, you know, constantly. I blame sub 30 FPS, whatever. But I think the evidence is here when my record is as high as it is, and then I'm doing as bad. Like, this is living proof of how gimped I am on a constant basis. 11! Well, I'll have to do classic mode at 9. Holy shit! I'm a fucking dullard! Okay, let's go check out Terry. So I haven't played as him, and I have not checked out the stage either. Let's go do that. I'm a fucking embarrassment. Alright, King of Fighters Stadium, Fatal Fury, let's jump into it. Oh my god! Wait, where? Oh, there's Terry. Where is Terry? Look at his fucking titties. Guys, remember during Okami when I said... What did I say? When I said Ken was fake because his titties looked weird? I still think they do. But Terry's titties? Yeah, those look just right. So what are his alts here? We got Blue Terry. We got No Logo Terry. Desaturated Terry. Green Terry. I thought his shirt said Ahigao. Neo Geo Terry. King of Fighters Terry. Steel Terry. Golden Terry. I can't read what that one says. Something Wolf. And then Fatal Fury. What do the little heads look like? Oh. I was hoping they would have like the logo on them, but I guess that would be not minimalistic enough. This one's like shiny because it's steel though. Okay. And again, I also didn't watch the 40-minute Sakurai video. I don't know how you guys feel about this, but I don't know if I actually like them. I liked what they did with Joker, where it's like a 7-minute video. It's like, okay, here's a character, here's the moves, here's an update. But like, Sakurai is like very deep like playthroughs, and that's like my job. I don't want to know like absolutely everything when I go into it. Maybe I will like later, like after I play the character. But you know, with Banjo-Kazooie, there's all these like fun little details, and Sakurai just kind of explains all of them. Also, there's a wall. Interesting. So doesn't the stage have like an insane amount of music tracks in it as well? Alright, I'm gonna need this wall explained to me. I'm assuming it's like, oh, because it's like fighting games, where you kind of just hit the edge of the screen. So does that mean you have to like only hit up? Or when you're at a certain percent? No. Even certain percentages will still smash against the wall. Does the wall take damage? Yeah, I guess you just bounce off of the wall and then hit the... Oh, you smash through it eventually. Okay, okay. If you hit them hard enough, they'll go through. That's a really cool idea. I really like the zoom-in effect there. I was hoping these background characters would like do more, but I guess not. Yeah, let's take a look at more of his abilities here. I want to see more of what Terry can do, because I'm using a lot of A's right now. Not so much B's. Throw a wig? He's got a fucking go icon. See, I thought I could get away with like not watching the Sakurai video and being able to like get what's going on. All of a sudden though, now I'm lost. Ooh, that's a juicy up B. He's got like different side Bs. Oh, that's really interesting. So, right B is different than left B. Oh, he works like the Street Fighter character, so he always faces... Because I was wondering like, oh, okay, well, are your side Bs relative to which way you're facing? But because Terry turns to his opponent on his own, that's how they do it. Interesting. When he's got the go icon, you can do fighting game inputs for super moves. Oh, his victory screen too. I haven't seen these. Because Sakurai spoils those as well. It's based off knockback speed. Yeah, we can try this version, I guess. So where's the shirtless Terry option? Asking for a friend? Let's throw in some more fighters in here. King of Fighters, after all. Let's do... Incineroar's like a wrestler, I guess. And then we'll do... I guess K. Rool. Boxing gloves. That is not K. Rool. That's purple K. Rool. And we'll do like one more. Another 5. And then we'll do... I'm squinting. Captain Falcon? Oh. Let's see how this shakes out. So Terry's been out for like a very long time. How have you guys been enjoying him? Yeah, try all-starring with this. See, I'm very curious to see how the turning to face the opponent thing works when there's multiple fighters on screen. I guess he just like dynamically does it to whoever is nearest, but I can see some situations where that could be like for the worst, but this has already been a thing with the Street Fighter characters, so I'm sure whatever kinks it has already been worked out by the community, you know? I actually, hold up, camera controls. I really like the sky in this stage. There's some good colors going on, even though it seems like very gray. There's some good like tints to it that I really like. See, but I like the wall gimmick. Battlefield mode gets rid of that. Oh. His down B is like kind of like King Dedede's down B. I don't know if it's his down B, but the one where he goes really high up and then comes down with a big slam. It's like that, but like less exaggerated. It's more of like a 45-degree arc. Did we talk about Pokemon at all? Yeah, the new Pokemon came out. I don't really have much to say about it because I'm a bitter Dexit protester on the internet. Oh boy, bark bark. Really liking this up either. I don't think I've ever picked up K-Rool's crown. Oh boy, I'm just gonna mute for a second and finish this match. Pokemon will return shortly. Alright, I think the barking has ceased. It's just that somebody came home. Oh no. This had potential to be a to be a really good victory screen, but it's like, 1, camera is a little too high up. B, no ass. Where's the ass, Sakurai? I can't believe you've done this. He's got thighs though. Hella thighs involved. I'm gonna do one more on the non-battlefield version of this, and then I just want to check out all of his taunts and his aerials, and then I think I have a tiny idea as to how this character works. From what I understand, there's like a lot of fighting game input to this guy, so I'm sure whatever depth this character is, I'm really only scratching the surface with Terry, but I'm just here for that smile, you know? They blocked his ass. Also kind of a weak ass, not gonna lie. Right? This is the controversy. Okay. We can talk about Pokemon, yeah. The conversation about that over the past month has been like really, really bizarre. Because I think there have been a lot of like die-hard Pokemon fans on one side, and then a lot of like normal people on the other side. Like, remember the fucking hashtag thank you Game Freak that was like trending on Twitter? And then like the next day, it was like Game Freak Live was like a worldwide #1 Twitter trend. And that was kind of the point, you know, again, because I'm a dirty Dexter. I'm a dirty cool cat bully. But I really thought that was going to kind of be the turning point in the conversation where people would have been like, oh, well, there's kind of definitive proof as to what happened here, you know? But since then, it's kind of gone completely the other way, hasn't it? So it doesn't do the zoom every time. I kind of wish it did, though. I'm sure it would get, like, really tiring really fast, but... that first time with Yoshi was very meaty, and I need more of it. No, but you know what I mean, though, right? Because I feel like now, if you bring up, like, the National Dex situation, it's more of like, those mean men on the internet, on Twitter.com, are just whiny babies, but, like, I don't know. Whatever excuses there are to, like, removing the Dex, like, I think the one thing that people, like, don't really seem to talk about much is, like, it's clearly logistically possible. It's just a matter of that they're understaffed and overworked, I'm sure. And the problem is that it's become an annualized franchise, which is, you know, like, once a generation is fine. I don't know why there needs to be annualized installments, and I'm sure the answer is because money, but it's clearly coming at a cost, you know? So I don't have any intent to pick up Sword and Shield, because that's a feature that really matters to me, and they removed that feature, so it's not for me. Multiple Terry cheers, hell yes! Haven't really gotten the opportunity to check out aerials or taunts, which is, you know, what I said I wanted to do, but I'm kind of just playing him like how I play Corrin, honestly. Honestly, the Pokemon discourse has been so unexpectedly draining. Yeah, I think that's why people have kind of, like, become very, very, like, angry with Dexiters, is that, like, oh, they're just, like, they're causing trouble. Oh, I'm defeated! Well, let's see which lizard wins, and then I'll finish this thought. But yeah, when I see the whole conversation has shifted, it's kind of just, like, that people who actually care about having a feature-complete Pokemon game are, like, kind of just considered a joke now. It's like, oh, and then now everyone agrees that the new Pokemon is good. Like, I don't buy that. And I definitely don't think that the review should have scored that high. Jesus Christ. You know? I'm personally disappointed by it, but for those looking for a Pokemon fix from Griffin Galactic, that's not 2 Pokken streams. I am going to be doing Black and White, probably whenever I finish Xenoblade, which I don't know when in... God, that's so fucking juicy! But yeah, I've never played the Black and White games before, so people say that those ones are really good. I've got plenty of good Pokemon to work through before I start getting to the new bad stuff, you know? I'm in no rush. Oh, I didn't see Terry's clapping animation. Hold on, let me check the stream, because that's like behind a little bit. What's his clapping animation? Nothing to write home about. People are treating any sort of criticism of Pokemon as if it's Gamergate 2, and other people are nitpicking the dumbest shit to be mad about when there's a lot to actually criticize. That's another good point. I'd like to bring that up as well, because there was that one video going around, it's like, ugh, this game runs at 1080p, but the shadows, what's the word that I'm looking for? It's not stair-stepping, and it's not MIP mapping, but the resolution changes at further distances. It's like MIP mapping, but I don't know. Like, I don't find those complaints. Breath of the Wild has the same graphical issue, and it's not even an issue, it's just not a feature either. Presence of graphic. Pac-Man World 3 coming up soon too. God. It was fun, but still so disappointing. Are we talking about Sword and Shield or Black and White? Alright, Terry time, Terry time. Oh, is there no... There's no Miis in this mode. Interesting. I don't know, I feel like you could have done something like about that. Like you could have played on like the Wii Fit stage with the Miis or something. Like they could have had their own kind of story there. Variance shadow mapping, I think it's called. Ah. Like, I don't know, I think maybe like the textures look a little bit too blurry, especially when it like zooms in on the Pokeball, but like... Those aren't the giant criticisms people ought to be having with that game. There's bigger gaping holes, you know? Alright, so what's the theme of this one? Oh, they're HP battles too, cute. See, I heard Sakurai played through classic mode as well, like, this is my job. It's so... Why do they do this? Look at how fucking enormous his thighs are. They're the size of his head. And then no ass. I like how he holds onto his hat, though. That's cute. He's a dead. Okay, so they're coming in one by one. I want to try all his throws, too. So that side throw... Hold on. Just one more here. Just gotta get a certain view here. Look at this. It's unnatural. It's unholy. Yeet! I don't know, I have like a weird cough tonight, but... Smash characters have a chronic no-ass problem. It's true! Well, except for Corrin. Corrin has an ass. Like... That's been something that I've constantly asserted, but no, then everybody says Griffin Corrin doesn't have an ass. But I think, especially with Terry, I can definitively prove it now. It's almost like concave. It's amazing how flat it is. Which clearly hasn't always been a problem because Snake and Brawl, what happened? Right, I gotta make sure I see the down throws and up throws, though. I'm sure I've, like, incidentally used them, but I want to do it, like, deliberately to make sure that I'm, like, seeing. What there is to see here. Right, I gotta see these aerials, too. Yeah, that's neutral. I don't know why that's his neutral. Up air is the hold hat. Down air... He does like a down punch. That's interesting. And then side air. It's like a kick. It's a good pose, though, too. Alright. So that covers the first 1% of Terry's moveset. And then I think taunt is all I have left. Very good. What did you just call me? God, I wish that were me. God, and it's so bizarre too, just like people have already started modding in the cut Pokemon back into the game. It's so bizarre. Like, I think they could have even gotten away with being like, oh yeah, we'll do it in an update. But apparently, Game Freak is just not one for updates unless it's the Lumio City thing in X and Y. Right, so what have the themes of these battles been so far? We fought some Mario characters, we fought some Zelda characters. I think the theme here is either heavyweights or just villains. I don't know. Figuring out the side Bs, I'm not there yet. I'm still kind of working through that. Because it changes sometime. I thought it was, like, consistent. I don't think it is, though. I think it is relative to the direction you're facing. Because I just did a side B, and I was doing several kickbacks in one direction, but then I turned around and then it changed again. So I think it's a combination of relative to the direction you're facing. That reminds me, oh my god, I forgot about that! Yeah, people modded a character who was as black as can be to be a fucking white lady! It's awful! Okay, so now we're Kid Icarus now? What does this have to do with Terry, though? I guess because he's the king of fighters, he's going through all these different franchises and conquering them. You really kind of have to draw your own meaning, but I'm sure Sakurai explained what the theme of this one was. So right, if you're facing towards the character, you Radical Highway. Oh, there's this teetering animation. Had to make sure to see that. And if you're facing, if you tilt away, then you get your cake back. If only Terry got his cake back. When you're such a racist piece of shit that you spend hours modding a Pokemon game to express your racism and own the SJWs. That's so fucking bizarre. I don't know why somebody would do that. Guys, can somebody explain racism to me? Guys, what sound do you think Terry's ass would make if you slapped it while it was metal like that? I'm thinking it would make like a clang. Also, I have no idea what caused that fiery effect to happen. And that zoom in? Was it like an item, or? People who whitewash Nessa are cowards who can't admit he's cool. What's the other dude? See, that's one thing that I'm really disappointed in that, like, I don't like Sword and Shield, because the design, the character designs of the gym leaders and stuff has really peaked. Because I was gonna say, who's the dude who, like, takes selfies? I like him, too. Have they modded him yet? Oh no. I'm sorry, Sonic. This is a very obvious stage to put Terry on, though. I like it. Yeah, when are we getting the mods to make the white characters black, actually? I'll say, the character and Pokemon designs are actually S tier, maybe the best in the series. I don't know about Pokemon designs, because I've seen a few that kind of seem like duds to me. I really think that the Ice Cube Penguin isn't my deal. However, so what is this now? Third-party guests? We got Sonic, Mega Man, Pac-Man. There's a lot of baller Pokemon. Yeah, you see, that's what I thought at first. But then I saw, I don't know what this dude is called, but there's like this little caterpillar dude or like this centipede guy who is fucking adorable. So I think it varies as any, you know, game does, but there have been some real gems in there for sure. Phalanx, that one! I think they're cute. Dragon Boy is Ryan? Oh! He's like a Dragon Gym leader? That's cool. Phalanx is my favorite. It's just a bunch of guys. I legit... There's a Twitter account that has like... Oh, Pokemon Sword, speaking of... There's a Twitter account that has like Phalanx marching. It's like their walking animation or whatever to like different songs. Like Hatsune Miku, Vivan Polka. Or like... What's the one running in the 90s? And they're all really fucking good. I love that little guy. Corin is a dragon. Are you shipping Ryan and Corin? Dragapult? I don't know if I've heard of Dragapult. I don't know that one. Bayonetta? I thought the theme was kind of like villains again. What's this theme? Darkness? Ryan's jacket is a big dragon mouth and I love it, and him. Me too. At first I thought he had a very stupid hat, but then I realized I was a fool and I saw the light. Like, I kind of didn't like the design at first, but then I'm like, no, he's hot. Who am I trying to fool? See, but people were like going nuts for Ryan right off the bat. And it was only like a week later. Oh no, I'm dead. My wig has been snatched! Continue. But guys, can we talk about Piers? Because, oh my god. That's my favorite. He's my favorite. And I'm sure that's very, very obvious as somebody who has previously built their brand on being over-the-top horny for a certain other himbo with black and white hair. Whomst is goth. But I think Piers can get it. Okay, so he ain't no air fighter. We know that now. And if you run and then use a side A, it kind of like cancels his momentum. Interesting. I guess I kind of appreciate this stage being used for every fighter, because then it's like... It's like those YouTube videos where it's like, oh, what can this character do? I'm gonna make the same stage in like the stage builder mode and put every character through it to see, you know, where they compare. However, that's a very, very tiny, tiny novelty, and I think I would just rather have unique things. Especially because you can see that this is just made out of pre-built assets. So just like, why not make multiple stages? Yeah, Piers can get it. Thank you, Tyler! I looked up a picture of Ryan and Google Images gave me pictures of Maud and Nessa from the One Angry Gamer website. You'll have to be more specific. That's kind of all websites. That's me. Wait, this is the final round? So there's not even a boss battle. So I guess now we're going up against like the fighting game greats. That's really satisfying to do though. I kind of wish more characters had different forward Bs and back Bs, rather than just side Bs. And I get why it's the way it is, because clearly it's a little more confusing to, as somebody who's used to the other way, but... I can't imagine Terry has a counter of any kind, does he? I don't know the URL. Oh, it's literally the One Angry Gamer website. That's the name of the website. I was like, what, you mean Twitter? I don't know, the URL just says One Angry Gamer, and I clicked the main page, and it's some shit about Trump memes owning the SJW media. I don't get why angry gamers like Trump. Doesn't he think that video games cause school shootings or something? Like, he's not even on their side on that instance, and there's a weird overlap. Oh yeah, I did it, I guess. Weird. F. Corin on this banner still makes me so fucking sad. Where's the mod to fix that one? They like him because he's a fash. You make a good point, but I don't know, typically fascists align with people who think that they will be protected by that. But as we all know, gamers are the most oppressed group of all, so they should really watch out. They should really think before they act. Also, what is this credits music? This is kind of a bop. Guys, I still haven't listened to all the new Banjo-Kazooie remixes. I really gotta go out of my way to do that, because what I've heard, they're really, really good. Like, I haven't even gone back to listen to the ones that I, like, have heard, like, a second time. Pretty much the only experience that I've had with those tracks have been, like, when I streamed the Banjo update a few months ago. I love that this isn't even, like, a crazy remix or anything either. It's just, like, the original track. That's really cute. I really love the Cymbal Smash sample. Oh, dude, speaking of other things that happened during the hiatus, did you guys hear about Sonic 3? There was like a beta of it that was leaked, and there was some interesting stuff about the music that came out. I'm legit, like, kind of bopping to this. Try making fun of me for this one, chat. Because apparently I'm not allowed to like Persona music during the credits. Real mad we got snubbed on Carnival Night. Yeah, like, so if you didn't hear then... Aw, look at the gang's all here. Hold on, is the guy... Look at this big dude in the back. Who's the dude with the weird jacket who got the letter right before Terry did and then he, like, did a laugh? I think that might be him in the back. I don't know. I think I like him, but I would need to be reminded. I don't know. Okay, look at this dude.
Final results.
That's really good. How come his mouth looks like that one, like, fake smile that gets photoshopped on people? You know what I mean? Like, exactly. That's what it looks like. Alright, well that's classic. Is there anything else? You know what we never did? I thought about this as soon as I stopped the Banjo stream. I never did a home run contest. I would like to see it. Hit sandbag over and over and over. If you deal a ton of damage within 10 seconds, grab the bat and show what a side smash can do. Send sandbag soaring. Solo co-op or versus? Ooh. I know Sakurai said that this is like the last new thing we'll be getting in terms of like modes. You know, I'll do this with Korin as like a baseline. But I still really wish we got a boss rush mode. And I see what they're doing with World of Light, because they've arranged it in a way where technically every boss is repeated once.
Ready?
So it was like, oh, if you want it so bad, just do it so that it's like...
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Hold that thought.
Ready?
But I don't... Like, the skyboxes are different on the Galeem and Darkon ones, and I kind of wish I had that back. Because honestly, the ones that they change it to are really generic, and I... God damn. The new ones are really uninteresting.
Ready?
Whereas the original ones from the first encounters are just like really gorgeous, and I wish I could see those again without having to start a whole new playthrough. Okay, I really can't dawdle here.
Ready?
His mouth looks like Shulk's smile. Please don't say that. That's not nice.
5, 4, 3.
Fuck.
Ready?
See, this is where something like Terry's little focusing in on other enemies quirk comes in.
3, 2, 1.
Why is it blushing? Why are its eyes like that?
Ready?
That's different. I've never seen that before. I think they added that.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
No. I want to get at least 100. New goal. That's my goal.
Ready?
Okay, I can't be missing any of these. I'm trying to be like very strict with this.
Ready?
Hey, what if Sandbag had Shulk's smile?
5, 4, 3.
Oh, you can go off of this thing? Whoops. What if I want to get flung, huh?
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Good enough. Man, that was really nothing, though.
New record!
There's been, like, some crazy Ganon ones where, like, man, this thing goes to space and stays there for, like, 40 minutes. I get it, though. I get it. If I were good at this, I would like this, but this requires so much knowledge, and I'm definitely not about to do it with a frame delay in that 30 FPS. So anyways, we've got another hour. Let's do... I'm gonna check the vault for any more classic mode tickets, but besides that, probably some online. God willing that it actually works, that is. I also haven't tried tourney mode, but apparently it sucks. Battle arenas? I always forget how to set these up. In fact, I don't think I've ever hosted one of these. So I have to create one. And I guess I'll make it public, because not everybody in chat has the friend code. 3 stock 10 minutes. Bottom one leaves? I think bottoms should win. More settings, that's what I'm looking for, because I know Max, whenever I play in a round with Max in one of these lobbies, they always have like very, very strict rules, like, oh yeah, only these, like, out of these hundreds of stages, like, only these 3 are tournament legal. So we'll do choice. I'm gonna turn those on, honestly. Those can stay off. Voice chat, goodness me. Room music is fine. Let's see. Isn't there a way to... I could swear you could set it up in a way where, like, you can be like, no, only these stages, but I guess not. I don't know how Max did that, but I'm not a fucking crazy person, so it's not like I need that feature anyways. I'm gonna name this room up to 22 characters, huh? Gay rights. 2. And create arena. Alright, is the code gonna show up on screen, or where do I get that from? I think I said it so that there's no password, so let's see. I can make messages? Neat. I've literally never seen this. Okay, I think the thingy's up there. The ID. So try using that, and that might let you in. Unless it's rules. Gear rights 2. It doesn't no, it does. ID KT7KK. So join away. Although, now it occurs to me that Unopi was the one who was asking for tourneys. And now Unopi's not here! Fellas, if you're not interested in joining, like, legit just say it, so then I can do something else with the night, because we've got another hour. I want to show off Corrin's ass. I have points to prove. But it's might. I don't know. We'll see. I know Robin usually likes joining in on these too, but I don't know if she's here right now. So, how are you guys doing tonight? I guess I'll put myself in line. Can you do, like, CPU matches while you wait? Like Pokken? Oh, I don't think you actually can. I've literally never done this before. Let's type a message. Oh, is it, like, from pre-selected? Oh, I've never seen these. Where's I'm using tilt controls? Oh, no, someone's here. Bizarrely enough. Oh, God. They, like, confirmed everything so quickly. They're, like, already acting like a melee player. Looks like you don't have a choice in the menu, so I don't know what to expect. Especially because I know that for a fact that Tyler plays a really mean Jigglypuff. So I know to fear players like this. That 26% is the only 26 I'm getting this whole match. Oh my god. The reads! Opening this to the public was a fucking mistake. Uh-oh. Saw that coming from a mile away. Smash Wi-Fi, ladies and gentlemen. I told you, people asked for this, and the first thing that I said is, are you sure? Because the Wi-Fi ain't gonna be great. I'm not standing in a good spot right now. Stop fucking doing this. I assume that this is the opportunity that people would use to do, like, spikes, but Corrin has never really been the character who's, like, really well suited for that, because his, like, he rockets downwards himself. He doesn't, like, smack the character down. He, like, launches down. And it's possible to do, because you can cancel the rocketing down and jump out of it, I think. But it is certainly much more trickier than most spiking characters. And I would know, because there have been achievements where it's like, oh yeah, spike a character in Mob Smash, or spike a character just in a regular Smash match. So I've been required to do it with Corrin at some points, but it is very tricky to pull off. He's certainly not the easiest character to do it with. Nope. That's that crunch. You love to see it. Ooh! Feels good, baby. Feels good, baby! my god. Just when I thought things were starting to turn around, I was like, okay, maybe this ain't so bad. Maybe I'm doing good with this. Maybe all hope is not lost. This is why you never underestimate Jigglypuff players. Why must you be like this? Is that considered a competitive move? To always, like, glide towards the edge? I find edges tricky. I like staying in the middle. Although I'm sure vocalizing this on stream, like, giving away my strategy to somebody who is more likely than not joined through the stream is not the best idea. Which means I have a limited amount of time to continue using that strategy before it's made perfectly clear because of the stream delay. Oh, we never got to see what Terry looks like when he gets smushed up against the screen. Ooh. Getting a little too predictable now. Maybe I'll shield, huh? How do you like it? Like, I'm noticing, like, a pattern in the sound effects, but there's no way I can, like, visually react to what's going on. I'm hearing a lot of jigglies, and I'm hearing a lot of puffs. And, like, a rhythm and, like, a pattern. So you'd think it'd be easy to, like, okay, that's what's happening. I can respond to this. And yet... I can never stay mad at you, though. That was a good match, though. Tricky. But not incredibly one-sided, like it usually is. Okay, we got some people in here. I don't think any of these people are from the stream, though. Can randos join lobbies like this? Just through Smash Bros. Without even knowing, or...? I got kicked out of my own room! Well, I guess I'm gonna watch Jigglypuff dominate the rest of the night, then. I didn't ask for this. I know what these Nintendo Switch Online usernames are for the people who are in chat, and these people are not those people. Like, It's is just It's. I don't know who Dance Bang is. Oh, is that meant to be like Danny Sexbang from the funny sex joke band? Maybe I'll take some form of solace in seeing Piranha Plant get revenge for me on Jigglypuff, but at the same time, that happening also confirms the existence of an entity more powerful than Jigglypuff, and I was already having trouble going up against them. So I think this is actually terrible news. Although the plant, just as a character, is just like genuinely great, so I think I'll get by. More so than with Jigglypuff. Ooh, that was beautifully timed. I really have no idea who these people are, though. I guess you learn something new about lobbies every time you make a lobby. Is that what's happening, though? Are these just like randos, or... Like, legit, I'm pretty sure I could just open up the 40-minute video Sakurai did detailing the new Terry update. And by the time I was through with those 40 minutes, it would be my turn again. I think randos, yeah? Well, then what's the point of lobbies? I thought they were for friends. I mean, it asked if you wanted it friends only or not, but... I thought it still meant that, like, only people who use the specific room ID could get in. Well, now the question is, I've made my bed. Do I close the bed? Or do I lie in it? Because I've already invested so much time. If I wanted to go back to, like, regular matches to look at Corrin's ass, then I could. But I've already invested this much time into seeing how this Jigglypuff and Plant match plays out. And then I'm gonna have to watch another one before I can have another chance, so is that what I want to do still? You know what's crazy about the National Dex thing? Is that Charizard is like the only starter of all the generations that actually is in. That's so bizarre to me. Like, even the choices, like, there's like 900-ish total Pokemon, and they cut it down to like 400, but the choices don't even seem like very, like, deliberate, you know? Like, it feels like there was zero intent behind which characters got in and which didn't, you know? It really just seems like a random hodgepodge at times. Especially, too, when they did all the work already to port, the original 150. We know for a fact that we can get those to run on Switch, right? Because of Let's Go. But then they removed again for Sword and Shield, so I don't even take the, oh, we didn't have the time to port them, I can't even buy that excuse. I think I know how they chose it. God, I love that victory animation. What's your theory, Femi? How much do you know about the wild area? I know the water looks very opaque. And I know... Wait, am I next already? I guess whoever else was here dropped out. Why am I loading so long, though? That's that Canadian internet for you. Oh no! Corrin against a big scary werewolf. What am I gonna do? How embarrassing.
3, 2, 1, go!
God damn it. Very good track selection. I like this guy. This guy's got good taste in werewolves and in music. Although I think I'm a little bit fucked. Wait a second. No, I picked this. I still had Pilot Wings selected as my last thing that I voted for in the last lobby I was in. This is not intentional. I guess I did this somehow. Imagine a fucking potted plant coming for your wig. Oh, yikes. Okay, that's not a good idea then. Oh, and if you knock them out of the way, the ball kind of just drops down too. That's tricky. Well, that worked somehow. Got lucky there. And immediately equalized. Great. I see what you're doing with that poison. I always forget you can do that with this plane. I love Corrin's Whittle wings when he does the back air. That's some good shit. You know what? I guess if characters can have forward airs and back airs, it's not too much of a stretch to have forward Bs and side Bs, is it? Oh! Decrunched. I guess that's interesting then that you can just join random lobbies, though. I didn't know you could do that. So that way if you're looking for that, like, form of match ordering or whatever, then you can just kind of jump into them without having to set one up with friends, you know, if you don't have any. Yeah, this is one pesky plant. Ah, well that's me. At the very last second. Thanks for the encouragement, I really needed it. Basically, the wild area is a bunch of smoothly connected sub-areas, and spawn tables are based on the sub-area. It's basically just roots and sub-areas from Sun and Moon, but they feel more empty. At any given point, each sub-area has its own wither of like 8 different types. What I think they did is basically looked at each sub-area, and for each wither filled out the spawn table like a checklist. Huh. Anyways, I think I'm closing this arena. Thanks, chat. Thanks, Yanopi. See, but now I have a point to prove. A very important one at that. Here's what I'm gonna do. Here's what I'm gonna do. We're gonna go items off. We're gonna go... Let's go back on this stage, because I like this one. But we'll stick with the flat version. Non-battlefield, non-final destination. The original. As flat as Terry. And we'll do a Corrin versus Terry match. And we will compare asses. Butt to butt. Also, by the way, is the audio crackly for you guys, or is that just me? Because sometimes my headphones do that if the wire is, like, at a weird angle. This is the dude that I was thinking of. Is he sexy? I forget. A little bit. I like his pose. Because either I need to undock and redock my Switch to fix that. I hope that wasn't happening during ukulele, too. Or it's just on my end with my headphones. But let me know. Okay, but beyond comparing asses, I do have genuine things to compare here. See, the tricky part is that Corrin looks his thickest. God damn it. When he's laying on his front. When he's laying on his back, there's a little bit, but not much. Nothing to write home about. Oh my god. That's an interesting pose, Corrin. Well, that was the right position. But unfortunately, Terry's a little too aggressive right now, so I'm gonna have to even things out first before I get back to trying to demonstrate this. Oh! It feels good to lose, even. See, this dude knows all of Terry's tricks, though. He knows how to play Terry better than I do. Oh! You know, I was just thinking earlier, like, I can't imagine Terry has a counter or whatever, but I think that was what I just witnessed right there. Jesus Christ. Okay, well, if I lose this, we know what must happen, right? Yeah, that's what I thought. Is that I'm gonna have to do a rematch until I win against Terry. Please let me land on my tummy so I can look at my butt. Please let this be an ordinary field trip. Oh, that probably wouldn't have been a butt land right there. See, but doing that still leaves you very vulnerable. Oh. Butt time. Oh, it's the wrong angle, though. He's supposed to be lying on his other side. You can see a hint of it, though. Like, that's significant, I think. By Smash standards, especially. Oh! Ooh, rematch it is. So for each sub-area for Hailing Weather has a spawn table. They go through and be like, okay, we need 2 common grass mobs, let's pick 2 ice Pokemon, now we need 2 air ones, let's pick 2 kind of adjacent. And then for areas with water, they do the same. And also throw in a flying one, usually an evolved common bird. I think that's why it feels so random, while also having a lot of the redundant ones more culled. Or they just could have ported the ones that they already had in. Like, that's something to think about, is that we're just going to get another one next year, and another one the year after that, and then nobody's going to care about Sword and Shield. We're probably going to get, like, an Ultra Sword and Ultra Shield, though. Because of, like, the updated version kind of things that they've been doing, like, oh, you know, Ruby, Sapphire, Emerald, Diamond, Pearl, Platinum. It seems that Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon is the laziest and easiest for them to do, in terms of, like, amount of changes, you know? So I can see them doing that again. Game Freak put effort in 2020? I don't think so. So I can probably see that being the next installment, but, like, I don't think they're gonna add the decks in after that even. I don't know. I think I'm done with Pokemon now, though, which is kind of sad. I think after I do Black and White, that's probably going to be the case for me as well. Like, a lot about Sword and Shield has really turned me off, you know? Like, sure, gym leaders look cool and there's some fun designs, but, like, if you don't have the fundamentals, what's it all in service of, you know? Jesus Christ. Ah, yes, all in service of, you know, I'm getting hit on purpose so that we can see Corrin's butt when he lands, of course. Oh. Come on, Terry, let me see what you got. Ass-wise, that is. See, what I find really interesting is that Terry's been in a lot of poses that, like, provide ample opportunity for him to be looking thick as hell. But it's like, it's inverse. It's so bizarre. Yeah, this dude ain't falling for counters anytime soon, that's for sure. What does his lockdown pose look like, though? Like when I do... not that. I'm supposed to see Terry smush up against the screen, not me. Now that's a new victory animation, I think, though. We didn't even get to see all of those. God damn it, you handsome idiot. I'm gonna keep at this, though. This is my new goal for the night. Not only to show the truth about Corrin's ass, but the truth about kicking Terry's ass.
3, 2, 1, go!
Okay, what's the word on the crackly audio, though? Do you guys hear that or no? Because I'm still getting it on my end, and I don't really have the free hands with which to adjust the cable. Because it could very well be a capture card thing. And I just gotta undock and redock to fix it. I keep trying to get the lockdown because I want to see Terry's pose. But I keep just, like, barely missing it. Oh, that's good. That's juicy. Not really? Well, what does not really mean? Is that a no, or is it like a kind of? Like, as far as the game audio goes, right? He got through my impenetrable defense. I always forget that perfect shields are a thing in this game. Probably because I never get them. Also, that was a lockdown. I should have... I'm trying to see that pose, you know? Uh-oh. He's Go-Go-Gadget. He's gotta be on the ground, too. There's a lot of, like, qualifications you need to meet for a lockdown to, like, actually pin. And I am not meeting them. Eh! I poked him, but I need a pin. I mean, like, I'm winning, but that's a bad thing. And I'm sure me spamming it is teaching him to punish it more often. Oh, here's something. We've seen him grab it, but we have not seen him be grabbed. Interesting. I love the arc of motion that his ponytail has. There's some really cool animation potential with that. Also, look at this! Look at the screen in the back. So, in theory, if there were butt, we could buttception. Fascinating. I can't tell... Okay, right there was a lot of crackle. I can't tell if it's just a part of the Smash sound, and I don't notice it unless I focus on it. It's definitely very slight, but if you're hearing it, then it sounds like I gotta undock and redock then. Because sometimes that's how it be. It's like very, very slight. And other times it's just complete, like, crust noise. And I don't know why that is, but, you know, it's an easy fix, so... Usually I do, like, testing at the start of the stream to make sure it's not there, but sometimes it's subtle. And with the BRB music playing at the same time, you sometimes just don't notice it, you know? Lockdown. Fuck, I missed it right at the last second. Look at this fucking expression, though. Look at this wet shirt. You can see every individual ab through this goddamn tank top. As God intended. How much talk did Sakurai spend on how much work went into modeling that? Lockdown, please. Ah, he's like biting it. Ah, there we go. There's that pose. Oh, he didn't actually take advantage of the lockdown though. That probably would have been it. Yeah, there's some serious crackle here as well. Yo, Xander Mobus be sounding like he on Has Been Hotel, which, weirdly enough, I just made that comment unrelated, but I think Xander Mobus actually is on that show? How embarrassing. I like Terry's fingerless gloves.
3, 2, 1, go!
Yeah, and the countdown has a lot of crackle to it, too. Well, now the only thing we gotta make sure to see is that we see Corrin's butt. And then I can actually focus on the match again. Instead of trying to get, like, very specific... Like, getting a checklist of all the minute little details that a character like this has. Christ, that was an early knockout. It feels like between matches he continues to grow stronger. Oh, we got a star KO. All part of the plan. God damn it, not rolled the right way. What's even the purpose? Why have a lying on back and lying on tummy difference? It's all the same. But. Wrong angle. Oh god. Oh, interesting. Using Corrin's kind of static chainsaw thingy. Wrong angle. Oh! Will deflect his throw-a-wigs. You blocked my crunch? You ruined my crunch. Oh, his cape's doing some wacky shit there. Yeah, I really gotta focus. Although I'm sure intentionally... There it is! Like, that's pretty significant, I'd say. That ain't bad. And then you look at Terry and literally zero silhouette. At least I died doing what I loved. Okay, now I can actually focus on the fucking match. For real this time.
Stop battle.
Ugh. This crackling is driving me crazy. I guess we're just gonna have to deal with it. Haha. Like, it's already almost the end of the stream. Like, you know, I can't undo the past 4-ish hours. Well, there's more so 3.5. But, I don't know. It's just more work because then I have to edit out, oh, sorry guys, and I gotta do a little transition. It's just more work for me later. And if it's as minor as you guys say it is. This is an interesting track. What is this? That was bonkers. Perhaps in this time we can manage to get a Terry smush, and then every condition can be satisfied. Am I okay? Not really. Thanks for asking though. Really use somebody to talk to. Okay, that's Terry's warning. One more and he's through. Fuck. I really want to get like an upwards launch here. But he's so fast. This guy's faster than Sonic! You blocking... It's tricky! I'm trying to do anything to like launch him upwards to get a screen hit, but he won't do it. See, there's one more thing I'm after, though. Before I'm actually completely devoted to just winning a battle against Terry. Yeah, okay, fuck it, I'm undocking and redocking. Although, I'll tell you what, it's very nice to be able to just normally see, like, the touch bar keys. Because that's something that I used to not have because I dropped my fucking phone on it. And then it cracked and the whole screen died. But the touch center still works, so I had to like kind of fiddle around with muscle memory and kind of trial and error it. No, the crackling's still there. Great. See, sometimes that's how it is though, and then you gotta try it a second time. Or a third. That's the tricky part with how it is right now, though, is that it only seems to be manifesting when the audio gets, like, I guess, loud? Right now, though, it sounds normal, and it did, too, on the character select screen, so you only know that it's not fixed when it's too late. I ate his wig. He threw a wig and I ate it. It's interesting how the edges of this one come into play, though. Because obviously you decelerate when you get launched. So if you're closer to the edge, then you're more likely... I mean, that's the same as if there were no wall, but... certainly wasn't something that I was factoring in before, you know? Because you think about it as like a damage qualification. Like if you have this much damage when you hit the wall. But no, it's really all about the velocity. The escape velocity, if you will. Mid-air counters seem to be doing a pretty good job at launching upwards. I might want to try those more often. Because that seems to be way more successful than this. Because Terry doesn't like to jump very often. He ain't no air fighter. Yo, this music is funky as hell, though. Oh, the dodge. Nah, I'm exploiting it too much. I need to shake it up. I love that he asks, "Are you okay?" That's good. See, I'm really trying to get like underneath him, but that's tricky. In other words, God, I wish Terry would get on top of me. But then, it becomes a question of, well, with what, Griffin? And there's that one character dabbing on the left. Trying to get this man against the screen is a fucking nightmare. Okay, let me try undocking and redocking one more time. Yeah, the crackling isn't gonna go anywhere, it seems, so we'll just deal with it for the rest of the night, I guess. And then I'll do some more... Like, I might restart my computer, and then that'll fix everything. But for, like, 20 more minutes of this stream, that ain't worth it. Because that's even more trouble that I gotta go through. We'll just do Terry. And then he can rip open my ass like this audio is ripping open my ears.
3, 2, 1, go!
Why are we going to Seoul? what in the... I guess you get to see, with all these rematches, a little bit more of these background characters, but what the fuck is going on with these guys? How come the dude on the left is just like the New Yorker from Sonic Unleashed? You know the one. Man, that is a hell of an up B, though. I love that. See, it's fun to use, not so much fun to fight against. He's nowhere near this mean in Mob Smash, that's for sure, in All-Star mode. Ooh, the grab, sneaky. Was that an aerial grab, by the way? What's this madman up to? Every time I do this, he gets in earlier and earlier. Also, I love the, there's like a background effect when there's a KO. There's like a colored smoke or whatever. Oh, now this ball and chain guy is doing like a little dance too. I like that a lot. Yeah, aerial counters are the only way I can, like, actually get height in my attacks here. Up A and up B do not seem to work very well. Like, that's not going to be enough to launch all the way up. Like, into the blast zone. Yeah, I got projectiles too. Ooh! Man, you really gotta watch out for that go thing. Also, is the aliasing on that just me, or is that meant to look like sprite work from the Neo Geo game? Because I think that's what they're going for, but I'm not sure. He sees right through me. This guy's even better than the online Jigglypuff player was. Holy shit. That was at 68 too. That's a solid launch. We're gonna be here for a while. It'd be nice if there was an easier way to, like, just jump back into the same match. Like, no, don't want to change the characters, don't want to change the stages. This same setup, just, you know, retry. Because that's a lot of hoops you gotta jump through just to unload and reload the same thing, right? I'm usually good at going up against, like, one-on-ones with level 9s. This is legit, like... I mean, again, I'm sure if I wasn't obsessed with trying to get Terry smushed up against the screen, it would be much easier. But alas, I'm a fucking crackhead, so this is my life now. Well, here we are, burning. And crackling. Eh? Ooh, close. He always dodges when that happens. Every time. Never falls for it. Not a once. See, I gotta try like an up A whenever he's falling like that. And then I can, like, when he dodges, then I go in with a real attack, right? I gotta, like, fake him out. Because, like, I can get him to a high percentage, but then I only end up launching, like, horizontally, and I want to launch vertically. Like that, for example. Not even close! Not even close! See, I'm trying to, like, bait him. Come here. Come here. See, that is one thing that I noticed about level 9 CPUs, is that they do tend to walk into just... You can just, like, stand there and charge an attack, and sometimes they'll kind of just fall for it. Which I find to be the one big difference between practicing in CPU matches, god damn it, like this, and against real human players, is that obviously a real human is not going to walk into it. But CPU players do, like, a weirdly freaking amount of time, even on, like, high difficulties. Which, you know, hey, I welcome it. Because it sure helps out in classic mode. I still think the highest I've ever gotten is a 9.8. I don't know what the qualifications for a 9.9 are, but I'd like to get that sometime. See, Terry doesn't seem quite as keen as falling for that, though, as most other CPU players would be. I just got 2 smushes! I can't even get a 1 with this guy. You know what, Terry, if I had a hat, I'd probably do that too. See, but then you gotta walk over and pick it up afterwards. And there's no way to make that look cool. I don't know, honestly, I like the hat on the string or something, and you can just kind of reel it in without having to walk over and bend over, showing off your lack of ass as you do. Do you think Terry is self-conscious about his lack of ass, his Hank Hill ass? Because if I were Terry, I think I would be. What a sad existence. And of course, the one time he actually comes into contact with an up A, he's shielding for it. Because whenever I tried, he's always like at the other end of the arena, like not even remotely close, but now, See, and this isn't me trying to prove that Corrin has an ass anymore either, this is just me genuinely trying. Well, for the most part. I was like half convinced I was gonna get a smush there, I'm very disappointed. He dodges every time. I've never landed that when he's falling either. If an enemy's falling, I can usually land like a normal aerial, but an up B or an on the ground up A is like fucking impossible to accomplish. And then I wasted on horizontal momentum. I need those titties against the glass now. Come here, come here, come here. Come here, you ain't no air fighter. I feel like I'm relying on like a very small subset of moves as well, even more so than usual too. But I can feel myself being very repetitive, which is probably because I'm trying to achieve a very specific outcome. Yeah, he's not gonna do that, Griffin. Come on. That was close, though. No, no wig. So no head? Yeah, I could see that spelling disaster. Yeah, he was getting KO launches at like 60, so I'm especially worried now. I guess I could try some throws, not that it matters, because it's already game. Have a good night, Femi. This crust is gonna make me lose my fucking mind. And for VOD viewers, you guys aren't gonna see this, but like, I really tried. I disconnected, like, I've got a lot of adapters and things connecting to things in this mix. And I tried, like, you know, redoing every single one of those connections, and, you know, nothing worked. Because you've got the switch to the dock, and then the dock through an HDMI cable to the capture card, and then a capture card into a USB-A to USB-C adapter, and then that into the Mac. And I disconnected every single one of those connections, and I restarted the software, and nothing. Got a weird echoey effect at one point, but no uncrackling. And I haven't, like, used this thing for a month up until now, so, like, I really don't know if that's just, like, just a for tonight thing and a reset will fix that, but... Finally! Although I don't really need that right now, but okay. No. Thank you for the cheers, though. I could really use it. Oh. See, for an up B to work, to do some real significant damage, you gotta do it so that you, like, follow through. The most of the launching is done. Oh, up throw is solid too. But the very end of the up B sequence has to, like, connect, otherwise it doesn't launch. Like, it'll do chip damage on the way, but then it has, like, a big finish. Which kind of goes for most of Corrin's attacks, I suppose, because the discharge is the same way, right? Yeah, I kind of don't want to get the big finish on that, because this is a good opportunity for a big aerial launch. Well, it was upwards, but it wasn't a titty smash, so we're going to keep trying. Up throw was like a... I never... That's good. Come on. I'm close, I can feel it, I can taste it. I can smell it. What do you say in that one? Raccoon? Maybe he said thank you because, I mean, he's asking if I'm okay. Maybe Terry's... all his famous quotes are just him having good manners. See, sometimes things like this don't matter to me. Like, there have been characters where I don't see every single little thing from them before. Like, do I care about Hero? Absolutely not. But, do I care? Uh-oh. But I don't want to win against Terry. I'm sure Terry can help with that. Wait, I totally forgot. Can't you change the angle when you do this? Look at this. I just did slightly up there. I'm getting juggled so much I can't really demonstrate slightly down, but I'm gonna do slightly down. See, it was pointed down. I didn't know you could do that before, but I forget who taught me that, but somebody helped me with that. I forget if it was on stream or not, though. I mean, if he can launch it 60 to 80-ish, then so can I, so I gotta be careful here. Up throw? Alright then. What, did I just go, like, over the wall? I think I bounced off of it and then hit the upper blast zone, like, just barely. It's like when the DVD symbol hits the corner of the screen. But then that me. The Mac is back indeed. All of these background King of Fighters characters all have, like, a single connecting theme. And I'm trying very hard to put my finger on what exactly that is. But there's a tissue that connects all of these. You know what? I've got it. I've got it. Take a look at all 4 of these men on screen, excluding Corin. So Terry and these 3 background guys. What do they all have in common? The answer? 1990s homosexuals. The answer couldn't be more obvious. I always get like really excited when I manage to land one of these. Ooh! That was some beautiful juggling. Still nothing though. Come on, let me see it. Let me see it. You love to see it. And this is good too because we both got a lot of stock, so there's a lot of room to experiment before I fuck myself out of this. I have a good feeling about this one. I feel like I'm gonna get blasted again though before Terry does. Come on. Come here. Come here. Oh, you're not like that. Listen, you come to me. I don't need any help coming to you, Terry. Boy, he's chewing through these stocks, though. So much room to experiment. I'm just trying to be so delicate, though, you know? Like, you know, look at this. Haven't done a lick of damage. Oh, I could have gotten him while he was swooshing over me. Counters work. See, I was spamming him too much right at the end. He read it. I will see what he looks like. I will. See, now you may think about Griffin is getting a little bit long, isn't it time to go? But then you realize ukulele went for 210, and then I spent like definitely like another 10 to 20 minutes fucking with the crackle. So Smash-wise, we got time. Sounds like you are not okay, Busta Wolf. Why are you calling me Busta Wolf? I only ask because I can't tell if it's like a King of Fighters joke. Because from what I understand, from what I've been hearing about King of Fighters since the Smash unveil, is that there's something that King of Fighters fans are very disappointed is not included, and that is supposedly his Garo alt, which means something different than it usually does on stream, because that's just Japanese for wolf. But apparently there was a fighting game where I guess it's like a grown-up Terry or something like that, and he wears brown, and he's not an alt in this game. Are you okay? Then when he hits you, he says Buster Wolf, but with an accent. Do you think... I can't hear that through all the crackling. Sorry, what was that? I think I have that image right here, actually. Yeah, there we go. There's always a time and there's always a place. I like when he says radical. I think that's my favorite Terry quote. Also, before we end tonight, remind me to look at all the Terry sound effect quotes, because those are always really good. I like the part where Corey makes yaoi moans. I don't know what the fuck you would describe Terry's voice clips as, though. You know what, though? Terry's got, like... Doesn't he have, like, an insane amount of songs that they're adding, like, just for this guy? So, you know what? All these matches are a great opportunity for me to actually, like, be hearing them in all their crackly glory for a little bit. I saw an opportunity and I went for it. But he's in Let's Go Pikachu mode! By the way, that's the funniest thing I've said all night. Like, we can all just say it. Everyone's thinking it. Oh, I was hoping he would jump for me and then I would do an up B and then finally get the titty smush, but alas. But at what cost? And you gotta manually move the cursor to corn each time. See, this is forcing me to get good, though. It's certainly practice against Terry that I otherwise wouldn't have had, because Mob Smash is clearly not an accurate depiction. Those titties are mine. I got a good feeling about this one. Guys, what would you say would be like the opposite of I want that twink obliterated? Because whatever it is, that's me at Terry right now. Maybe an up throw. That's a way to get under him, for sure. Or just that. Or just that. There we go, there we go, there we go, there we go. There's such a delay to it, too. I always end up being, like, so far away from when I attempt to not be on Terry. He's like half of the arena away, you know? Well, I'm not okay anymore, Terry. Ooh. Oh, he went the other way! No, towards the screen. I don't need that himbo hurt. Well, no, it's an equal expression of malice and hatred towards a himbo. I still want the himbo dead. But there should be a slightly different way of wording that. See, when I'm not putting all my effort into, like, focusing on an upwards launch, it's so much easier to do damage, you know? Like, this little bit while I'm just, like, working him up to a launchable percentage is easy. But, man, the work required to, like, specifically try to get a screen smash on purpose is remarkably difficult. You said opposite. That's exact. Well, opposite on one metric, not on all metrics.
go!
Terry's shoulder muscle is like the size of Corrin's fucking head, and I just think that's interesting. I demand the himbo be grounded. Well, I'm trying to get him off the ground, is what I'm trying to do. Oh, Terry, you are grounded for 8.1 years. Go to your room. Oh, now all of a sudden you have an interest in jumping, Terry. See, sometimes you just gotta jump up Superstar, and then he'll meet you where you are. Although, ideally, it's best for him to wait for him to actually jump before you trigger a counter. But alas, it's very tricky to respond to things like that when delays be like this. Nah, he's sneaky. He's sneaky like that, though. My favorite horny furry streamer has returned. Please don't say that. Please clap. I didn't even do anything! But yeah, I got my Mac repaired, so keyboard is temporarily normal until the defect makes it suck again, but I've got another year of recall coverage, so we'll see. I might get one more fix right at the end, but yeah, though if you're getting here just now, I'm trying to launch Terry so that I can see what he looks like smushed against the screen. But it's proving to be very difficult. See, because it's easy to get normal KOs, but I'm trying to get vertical KOs. Okay, I'll stop saying that you're my favorite. I really think he's saying raccoon. If he's saying shit about wolves, then why not, right? Terry just loves little critters. Which actually, a very cute art idea. I think there is nothing more beautiful than a man of Terry's stature holding tiny animals. You know what I mean? Fuck! I'm learning a lot, though, about what works and what doesn't. You know, I'm just gonna... I can't even go if I wanted to! Oh, thanks for the help, Terry. It's like being pushed on a swing. He just gives you that little push you need. Yeah, so this has kind of been what the past half hour's been like. So what have you been up to the last few weeks? Well, I said a lot about it during ukulele, and there was one specific thing that I wanted to say about Apple, I think? I lost my train of thought during it, and it's still bothering me. That's a really interesting thing that I find, though, is that when I go back to watch, like, old streams, and I, like, fuck! And I lose my train of thought, like, my brain, like, does a fucking replay. Like, if something happens, and then I think of, like, a comment to myself, like, a few seconds later, Griffin from the past will say, like, the exact same thing. It's like, what the fuck? So I think to a degree that may help me recapture what I have lost here. But I won't know what it is tonight, that's for sure. Maybe he says cake back because he's addressing Corn when he says that. It's not about him, it's about the people he loves. But yeah, mainly that. Being without a Mac is kind of, you know, that's my main thing to do. So it's very strange. I've been using my 2012 original Retina MacBook Pro in the meantime, and that's been very strange. It's still got like a classic diving board trackpad. You're really gonna miss things like the haptic stuff until it's gone. And the touch bar, I guess, but that's been gone for a while. Let's try and go for an up throw. What's up throw? Don't you grab? That was my bit.
Are you okay? Kick back. The wrong way. Are you okay? Are you okay?
What took a lot of getting used to is like, oh, he dodged the grab. That's so advanced. Yeah, I take it he's not interested in getting thrown. Fuck! That was a beautiful launch, though. No titties, unfortunately. But I can certainly try one more time before inevitably dying again. You know, the 2016 re-added the escape key, and I see the purpose for that, but people like... The touch bar is a very divisive input device, and personally, I really like it. For what my workflow is, there's a lot of opportunities to use it. I've actually been, God damn it, and it wasn't a titty launch. That was 2, though, in one match. I'm getting better at it. But I tweaked my workflow in Photoshop with the touch bar, and I'm excited to break that down in the next Galaxy Gallery, whenever that may be. But yeah, after like going back to media keys, after being used to the touch bar, I don't see why people advocate for that. I'm just happy we got a butterfly keyboard, that's all I really wanted. Although, one thing that I noticed, I was legit kind of considering, I don't know how easy this is, or if it's even possible, but for certain programs that don't have touch bar support yet, I was wondering if I could like make a plugin or something to add it myself. I looked up like the developer website to look at like, you know, design guidelines, for example. And apparently the new touch bar on the newer MacBooks is slightly not as wide as the original one. Which I wouldn't have expected. Because there's still like a giant empty space on the upper left side of the touch bar. Like there's about a square of empty space that I think is touch sensitive. Like if you touch there, it'll still trigger escape, but only like the first half of the square, not the second half. I'm assuming that's just like the display driver for the touch bars. It gotta go somewhere, because they don't have that fancy iPhone 10 technology. Yet, anyways. They don't have that same kind of gap on the newer ones, but... With the escape key, it's not like a square shape, so it doesn't fill that empty space. A third smush! That's my bit. But like they made it like a rectangle, so it eats into the space that used to be occupied by that. I don't know if this interests anybody, but it certainly did to me. I don't think having two different kinds of touch bar sizes to support is going to make developers any more enthusiastic about supporting it. But maybe it's really easy to do, you know, because they've got a lot of like scaling automatic stuff. Oh my god, 2 in the same match? This is a mockery! I thought about trying out streaming. Well, also all night I've been having crackling issues. I don't know if you've noticed, but I wouldn't recommend it. You know, it's interesting, because like, when I first got the HD60S, I was like, no, I'll hold out, you know? Because at the time, that like wasn't a thing, right? So like, oh, it sounds like there's a new capture card coming out, I'll hold off for a little bit. And then that drops, like, yeah, now I got the good one. This is the one that's gonna last. Because, you know, the previous one was infamous for not fucking being good or working. And then HD60S comes along and we're crackling. Why are we crackling? For what purpose? To what end? We don't need to be crackling. What are we doing? Get your shit together, Elgato. Also, there's a certain other visual issue with these streams that has been driving me fucking bananas ever since I noticed it. And I'm not gonna give it away, because if I do, then nobody else will be able to unsee it either. But it's not frame rate, and it's not screen tearing. Or resolution, or bitrate, I don't know what other problems I've complained about. Literally every aspect of a visual image that could be complained about, I have complained about, but this is a new one. No, Terry. Up! Up, Terry! Yo, what's up, Terry? Yeah, I can't be doing stuff like that this soon. He's only at 11%. That's not gonna do much, is it? Now I feel like a sandbag. So what is the actual track number for the new songs added with Terry? Isn't it like 50 or something? And also, how do they categorize it by series? Is it just like a Neo Geo tab on the sound page? Oh, interesting. I hadn't considered countering the throw-a-wigs, but could be worth thinking about. No, I'm so fucked up. Look at him, he's holding still. He knows what he's doing. Terry may seem like a himbo, but everything he does is very calculated. I suppose I don't need to launch level 9 Terry. I could like lower his difficulty and that would make it easier to get the smush. But at the same time, this is a very specific challenge that I've kind of become attached to. How was Yooka-Laylee? I actually really liked it. I think it's a very solid 2D platformer with a lot of potential, and I'm very curious to see where it goes. Also fucking I'm lowering his difficulty. I can beat him in a match at level 9. I just need to get him launched. Because it occurs to me that this is fucking impossible.
3, 2, 1, go!
Yeah, It's made a very interesting comment earlier in the night. He said that there was a point in Ukulele 1 where I was trying to gaslight myself into liking it. And while I disagree with it, he's also, like, not entirely wrong. So... But yeah, I just think this one's genuinely good. I think being able to work at a smaller scale was really a huge benefit to Playtonic. Because I guess they were just in over their heads with a 3D platformer game of that scale. And it seems like something, you know... What's there is really good, but maybe come back when they have like a bigger team and more resources to actually make what they wanted to happen. Because that's not something that you can half-ass, I wouldn't know. Oh! No! I can get a replay, it's okay. I just gotta save a replay at the end of this match. Guys, that was a really good pose he made too. It was every bit as good as it needed to be. Guys, you know what this means? I can go to bed! You know, in another 4 hours when this is done rendering. Let's go for 2. Yeet! I kind of wish he still said, like, I win! In, like, his dragon form. I think that would be funny. God, I thought of, like, a bit to do for, like, a comic that involved Corrin's dragon form on the victory screen. I completely forget what it was supposed to be, though. Oh, I didn't save the replay, you fucking idiot! Does it do the thing that Mario Kart does? Where, like, the last 6 or so things that you did get auto-saved, and then it rotates out? I mean, mercifully, it was pretty easy to do, but... Records? Replays. I don't even know how to get to this shit. Watch battles? I think it's only stuff that I actively save, though. Which is weird, because I imagine whatever Mario Kart does... Oh, Sakurai, you genius. It's almost as brilliant as the move he did to disable recording. We're not done. We're not going to bed quite yet. No, I don't want to be Terry. Who's the sandbag now?
3, 2, 1, go!
It's crazy though that I sucked so hard. I've done so many matches of this, but we're still getting brand new music. It's crazy. Although I'm sure if somebody were to like go back and check the VOD, we probably actually found this one before. Also, holy shit, that's a hell of a launch. I'm liking this one a lot. This one's really funky. You know I'm here for sax. You know I'm here for that jazzy shit. This really is Smash at its best, I think, in terms of like Terry's inclusion. Because like this is legit a fun character, you know, both to play as. I mean, trying to launch on upwards has been a pain in the ass, but... Oh, we went the other way. But this is from a franchise that I know nothing about, and probably wouldn't know nothing about ever otherwise. But you know, it's got some great music, great representation, and it genuinely gets me, as somebody who doesn't know anything about it, interested in something that I wouldn't otherwise be interested in. Which, you know, I can't say the same for Dragon Quest because I think it fucking sucks, but this is great. This has been a really fun look at this character. Yeah, this almost reminds me of Sonic Adventure. What are you even trying to do exactly? Okay, so I don't know if you're familiar with Terry. He came out like a month ago, so you probably are actually. But the way this character works, or the way the stage works, is that if you launch horizontally, you smash into walls unless you, like, launch hard enough. But because this is my first look at Terry... Eh? Oh. No, you're going back up, please. So, when I take a look at a character, I usually like to see everything there is. You know, all the taunts, all the animations, all the moves, all the modes. And one thing that I have not yet seen is what his pose is when he smushes against the screen. And the only way to do that is to KO with the vertical launch. And you only have a certain chance of triggering it. And I did it once, but I didn't save the recording. So I couldn't actually look at it. And before I was trying to do that against a level 9 CPU, and Terry was not having it. He was not interested in what I was selling. He wasn't buying it. So I've since downgraded to actual Himbo Terry. I've reduced his intelligence to 3, and that makes him much easier to just vertically juggle like this, which means the actual act of vertically launching to trigger the chance of getting a KO like that is much, much easier. Because before, sometimes I would get like accidental horizontal launches and Terry would KO me all the time. So, makes that a huge pain. But, with this, as you can see, it's much quicker to kind of min-max it. Yeah, about 100 is where it triggers. I don't know if I'm, like, too far or not, but... You know, you just kind of keep juggling him around and you... Fuck, he wasn't facing the right way! The other time was, like, perfectly centered. I mean, I didn't go into this with the intent of making it a thumbnail, but I am now. Because if you go into a replay, I've tried this before, I've tried making thumbnails out of smush poses before. If you go into like the special camera mode, while a character is smushed up against the screen, you can't actually, like, you can adjust it, but if you do, the character will disappear. So because Terry's off to the side like that, I can't like readjust the camera to make him centered. I just have to like take what it gives me. So I gotta luck out with the really good positioning. Because he ended up at the side again. But you see what I mean now, where it's much, much easier for like to get the chance of it, because I didn't get a single one of those when I was fighting at level 9. I sucked so hard, but in the end it doesn't even matter. That's a good quote, that's a good quip and quote. Guys, I don't know if I've told you about this, but y'all know Funky Billiards from the stream? The very good friend who made the very good music during the BRB at the very start of this. They have this book that's called 14,000 Quips and Quotes, and I think about it fucking constantly. And according to Max, they got it from a Christian thrift store, and it's a bunch of quotes about like, it's like a 40-minute video where he just reads a bunch of quips and quotes. And it has a bunch of things to say about ability, business, women. It's just 14,000 quips and quotes, you know? And I am obsessed with it. More importantly, I don't know why Max owns that book. Like, okay, that's where it's from. That's where they purchased it from. But why? Why did Max purchase it in the first place? Imagine that. I mean, I suppose it's not something that you can leaf through in the checkout. You gotta sit down for like a good few hundred hours to get through all 14,000 of those quips and quotes. I'm missing attacks on level 3s now. This is my life now. Oh, I get it. The characters only do the dance when you do a KO. I guess that makes sense. It is weird, though, that otherwise they're kind of just standing around. Why would they not purchase it? I don't know. I don't know if I have the same thing in me that Max did that made him purchase that book. What do we got? Nah, just a regular upwards launch. Please clap. And apparently the book was published in like the 1980s too. So they're very 80s quips and quotes about traffic and women.
3, 2, 1, go!
World War III, holy shit. Okay, I refuse to believe that these two guys are like identical. Or rather separate characters because they look identical. A lot of genes going around, huh? Let me grab. But let me ask you something. I will yeet. Chat, what sorts of quips and quotes do you have about Terry? What's quippable or quotable about him? I remember this one specific quip and or quote that Max got very upset with. I believe it was like, anything you ought to do, you can do. And Max got very upset with that, and they were like, well, no. No, I fucking can't. And then he went on like a little rant about why he can't do anything they ought to do. Your titties, hand them over. It seems to be a much more effective with... You know, I'm starting to juggle too early. Like, now I should start launching. There is a Terry Bogard quotes page on the wiki. I'm not talking about those kinds of quotes. I'm talking about observations. Like anything you ought to do, you can do. Blue skidoo, we can too. You know, I wasn't minding the crackling when I was internally telling myself, it's only 10 more minutes. What could possibly go wrong? The first quote is, okay. That's a pretty good one. See, 14,000 quips and quotes is alphabetized based on subject material, so... I don't know about that one.
3, 2, 1, go!
Like in 14,000 quips and quotes, the first thing is like ability, AB. So you get a bunch of quotes about ability first. And then you flip to W, and then there's quotes about women. Sometimes I really like to quote Terry Bogard. Well, what are some of your... It's not necessarily quips and quotes related. But what's your favorite Terry quote? At the end of the stream, what I always like to do is like look at the character sound effects. So we will be doing that, but... I like to say radical too. Or raccoon? Can someone confirm whether or not he's saying raccoon? Terry does seem like the kind of person who has small woodland creatures as an interest of his. He pegs me as that kind of guy. He pegs me, end of statement, really. You march right back up there, mister. He's still, like, rotated wrong, though. The way it was the first time was perfect. Lighting in a bottle. I'll save this replay, but I'm not accepting it as a final thing. He was centered, but not upright. The way it was before was perfect. Sorry. Sorry is a quote from Terry. When does he say sorry? I fucking love that this dude says shit like, "Are you okay?" and "sorry." That's amazing. I love this man. See, this is the real home run contest, because you're trying to aim... Like I was joking about Terry's a sandbag, I'm a sandbag, we're all sandbags before, but like, it really is, you're trying to get to like a specific percentage, and then you go for a real big hit, a real big launch, and you hope that you've pleased the RNG gods, and then you receive your result. According to the wiki, it's a quote he says in battle. Well, I'm sure we'll hear it when we look at the sound effect list. Question, should this be something that I like fast forward through for the VOD? Because I recall a similar situation when I was trying to like figure a weird trick, this one weird trick in Smash Bros. I was using the Isabelle glitch on assist trophies because I had never done it before. And eventually I figured it out, but it took a lot of fiddling. As of now, though, I'm leaning towards a no, because I feel like during the Isabelle thing, I went into it with, there's not going to be much commentary for this. So, I'll fast forward through most of it and occasionally pause for the occasional quip and quote. But I think this Terry business has kind of been non-stop quips and quotes, and also has not been as long. I think Isabelle took like an hour or something like that. I don't think this has been that much, although it's certainly coming close. So I think trying to cut from this would be a little more difficult than with that. But we'll see. Maybe I'll have changed my mind when half an hour later, Terry still has not done the perfect titty pose. The worst part is that I had it. I just didn't save the replay, because I've been so used to mashing during the victory screen. And aside from that, I never save replays anyways, so, you know, why else would I do anything else on the victory screen, right? But, alas. Yeah, that dude in the bottom is going nuts.
That went well.
Corin, no, it didn't go well. The fitties need to be out. Corin's boyfriend is all about this. He should know better by now. Oh yeah, speaking of new emotes for that, by the way, for getting here just now. Do I still have them? I do. There's a Corrin emote and a Keaton emote. Okay, here's something we gotta break down. What exactly is the distinction between an emoji, an emoticon, and an emote? Because that's something I need broken down for me, because otherwise I'm hopeless. I'm still not sure what you hear as raccoon. I'll point it out the next time I hear it. I haven't heard it in a while. You know what? Up C seems to be very useful in terms of getting, like, a launch at a low percentage. So I'll try that more often, I think. But first that. Yeah, well, okay, so an emoticon would be like a colon bracket, or like a colon 3, right? And I guess an emoji would refer to the Unicode character, but how the hell do you define an emote? The most similar thing he actually says might be crack shoot. Crack shoot? This is crack. Geez, even at 3%, or 3 intelligence or whatever, dude's inputs are crazy fast. Like, even though, whatever, he's a baby, he does like kickback and comes at you fast. I'm not an emoji expert. Well, you should be. You know what I need to talk about, actually? Eh? No. Can we talk about how people have taken... Because now there's meme emojis. Like, people have made rage faces part 2. But you know how people are, like, taking, like, the Skype emojis and then, like... Well, see, would those be emojis, or would these be emotes or emoticons? I don't know. But the Skype animated yellow happy man gifs or whatever. I don't know if you ever used Skype, if you people ever used Skype. I know I did. It was a dark time before Discord. But then been like making like heavily edited versions of them. So like one of them's like a dude with like red eyes, but not like, you know, fully red. Like he's looking like a little bit toasted, or like he's maybe been crying a lot. And then people add like heavy breathing to it. You know, the dude that like reaches his hand towards the screen. Or then there's the one where it's like a baby face with very big watery eyes, and they're just about to cry. Anyways, the point here is that people have been shipping them and been making, like, they made it straight. They took something that was genderless and they made it straight, because of course they did. And guess which emotions represent which genders? Because the one that's on edge. Like, it's just been art that people have been making, and it's driving me up the fucking wall. Because you know what? Say what you will about the fucking Rage comics, but I don't think people, like, seriously shipped them in that way. Speaking of music that slaps, though, this is going off. And another thing. Like, what's that one children's franchise where it's just, like, very basic emotions, and one of them is, like a yellow circle or a red square, and they have different emotions? What is that one? And then it's like Mr. Happy or Mr. Sad or something like that. It's like people shipping that. Nobody does, but for some reason this is okay. Speaking of crack. We've been very tittyless these past couple runs. Never use Skype, but also don't use Discord. I can't take the dumb gamer phrases it constantly spouts! I can't stand that either. That's totally understandable. And there's no way to turn it off either. And the worst part is that at this point, I think Discord, like, knows, but now they're, like, being tongue-in-cheek about it. Like, there's definitely Twitter posts that they've made where it's like, oh, we know everybody hates this, but we're not gonna change it.
3, 2, 1, go!
That is an enormous turnoff. You are very correct. No, don't you do your hopping. See, I had more luck when I was going up against a 1 than a 3. 3's too hard for me. How about what are mini games? What's home 1 contest? I don't know. I'm very on the pulse for when it comes to whatever the hell dumb shit people on Twitter are up to this week. Although, you know what? Apparently, there it was. That's the perfect pose. There it is. So I just gotta remember to save the replay, and then we're free. And then I can do one final level 9 match against Terry, and that's it. We're out. Let's try and shoot for one more for safety. Just in case. Yeah. Come on. Yeah. Yeet! Oh, not quite. Yeah, no, the Papa John's thing sailed completely over my head, so aside from that. Okay. I'm not touching any buttons. I'm gonna wait for Corn to say, I win! Save replay. It's the Y button. That's how they getcha. See, so it only comes up for like a split second, so you never get the chance to appreciate it, but now the truth comes out. And so does Terry from the closet. You know what, it occurs to me I'm already on the battle screen, so I think I'll just pick this stage one more time. I'll do the level 9 match, and then we'll look at Terry's titties. They've been preserved for all time now. Until the next Smash update, that is. What are the latest... Does anyone know what the latest, like, buffs and nerfs with Terry's DLC is? Because I feel like I've heard, oh, it is weird to be up against a Terry who fights back after so long. Jesus. That's a bit of a step up from 3 to 9. Level 9! I wonder how many people in chat actually know what the fuck I mean when I say level 9 in that voice. That's like a reference to something I hope you people know. And if you haven't seen it, I can't recommend that scene highly enough. It's so fucking stupid. How could I never juggle the original Terry like this? I could never pull off shit like that with level 9 Terry, and now here I am. Although, this is also me against like a fucking 1 stock to 3 stock, so maybe not. I don't know, something in me is still kind of determined to get that vertical launch, you know? Because I just think it would be interesting if after all this time I managed to get the titties on a level 9 Terry, you know? But I think I gotta let it go. I won. I got it, you know? And it's clearly coming at a detriment, although the juggles speak for themselves. Yeah, you do this. Don't you start with me, young man. See, there have been a lot of really good opportunities, because kickback goes in an arc, right? And sometimes that arc goes directly over you. And it's like, oh, it's a beautiful time to intervene, right? But the frames on kickback are so fucking rapid that I always react like a full second later, although I'm sure the input delay doesn't help with that. Apparently I'm not okay. The children's franchise with a square-shaped Mr. Grumpy is called Mr. Men. There is apparently a spin-off series called Little Miss. I ship horny with mad. Listen, if it hasn't happened yet, prepare yourself, because it will.
3, 2, 1, go!
Why you do these ridiculous stuff is disgusting like hell. Oh boy, we might end up being here for like a little while longer. This is a serious challenge I'm going up against now. I was like kind of prepared for it earlier when I was like, you know, doing it constantly with level 9 Terry, but it's gonna take a second to readjust after baby. What I'm beginning to discover though is that horizontal launches can actually lead to vertical launches, because they ricochet off the wall, and Terry often doesn't go in midair that high up, but when you knock him into the wall and they bounce off, holy shit, we did it! Yes, praise me. I'm getting a replay of that too, just for like sentimental purposes. We actually got a vertical launch on the level 9 Terry. So now, any detractors can say, oh, well, Griffin, you cheated. Not fair. You launched the baby Terry. You didn't meet your original challenge. Disqualified. Not anymore. Now we just gotta win this match still. Hell of a start, though. That was the raccoon that he just said. I'm feeling good. I'm hard as hell right now. Although I'm a little worried with this percentage imbalance. I'm 2 stocks ahead, but you know, not for long, right? I always gotta wait for that to come to me when I do the mid-air counters. Rarely works out. Wait, you can just cancel your falling animation with the regular B move? Interesting. Shit. Okay, now this is kind of a Donkey Kong moment, I'ma say right now. Now, I never said that the round with the titty launch had to be the same round as the match with the win. I'm still gonna go for it, though. You know, because that's like the most basic thing you can do when a new character gets added. You gotta win in a level 9 match with them on their home turf. After all, I have to be prepared for as soon as I stop streaming this, when I stop doing regular matches and just only play Mob Smash.
3, 2, 1.
Tame a bad boy. These are some fascinating themes. Oh wait, does this actually slap? I hadn't considered that. I hadn't entertained it. Oh, you sneaky. Yo, is this about to be like a sick-ass power medley? I'm here for this. See, this is a hype song to go out on. Let's make it count. I always fucking butcher that. Ooh, that's sneaky. That's sneaky. That's really getcha. I was about to say I'm learning. Oh my god, there's actually Rule 34 of it. What the fuck? Well, thanks for that. See, I gotta watch out when he's in Let's Go Eevee mode. Or just do that instead. I fucking love this guy with the ball. I like to think that it's just a very uninteresting beach ball. He's just having fun. Also, nobody asked you to seek that out. Why are we doing this to ourselves? Oh, that was so close to a juicy crunch. That would have given me a solid lead for a little bit. Now, I don't know if I'll be able to even, like, maintain a balance. This is it, I'm afraid. Yeah. I want you to know this. Well, I know it. Boy, do I. Hey, I'll tell you what would help, though. Stop hanging out at the edges of the arena, maybe. I gotta give up on the counters. That was beautiful, whatever that was. See, but now I gotta do a 0 to launch. With 125%? I don't think so. Cute wings, though. A little bit of style, here and there, you know. You never charge to full on something like that. I got really lucky there that I didn't die instantly. Right then, right there. Okay, 50's pretty solid. 70's pretty solid. See, how much longer can this go on? That's how much longer. Whoa, these are some rough matches. Also, what do you mean, the amount? How much could there possibly be? Like, if there is any, I would have to imagine it's a small community. Not only, like, logically, but just for my own sanity, you know? You make it seem like there's a large amount of it, and that frightens me deeply. There's a counter. See, though, for how often I actually land it compared to how often I spam it, it's probably like my least effective attack method, and yet I rely on it a lot, you know? I can be feeling that, those windows, that space, with things that are, you know, more likely to land, because counters, CPUs really like to read counters, because they know when you press the button. And after all, the intended purpose is to use it when you see an attack coming, not to, like, preface an attack. Although that one was kind of just really lucky. Sometimes you kind of theorize, oh, this might be a window when they could attack. And then you time it based on that, but... Terry's not really a jumper, so... Doing it while descending is a fun idea, but does not often translate to actual damage. And sometimes he just fucking grabs you. And you have to live with that reality. Holy shit. Well, still in the lead technically. That was my first stock. See, the good thing about him not really being that fond of jumping is that maybe these are more useful than I give them credit for. These here Dragon Fangs. That was a blow. See, but whether or not I can win this particular match comes down to how much longer I can maintain this 120 plus stock. Because even though afterwards I would still be in the lead, I don't trust myself to maintain it for long, you know? There's only 4 or 5, but all of them involve Little Miss Whoops. Oh no. And here I was saying that mid-air counters were a goner. They came back to save the day at the very end. See, the actual acts involved regarding what I did is one thing, but on the other hand, there's a story there to be told. I think you'd really enjoy the one where she... Well, I'm not gonna say that. The 136 one against the Baby Terry is the one that has better titties, so I'm gonna go with that one. This one's just a victory lap. I think I'll just play. See, unfortunately, I don't think you can fast forward these, so we'll have to be just kind of watching this for a little bit. And we gotta be ready for that launch. I think I did it on first stock, though, so we'll see. Fucking hero.
2, 1, go!
Okay, so plus is still pause. There's like some cool... What's the one you can do... Oh. Maybe it's only in handheld. Oh, there we go. There's like a gyro mode you can do if you want. That's kind of interesting. I'm assuming that's how the VR mode works, right? No, it wasn't the first stock. Okay, okay. But from what I hear, like, apparently VR mode is actually pretty sick in Smash Ultimate. I still don't have the Labo VR thingy, but... that one has, like, the most support across, like, all of these Nintendo titles, so... if I were to get anyone, maybe. Okay, here it comes. Wait a sec. Reset camera. And then frame by frame. Can I zoom out? I don't see him. There's an impact effect. He's on the screen. Can I... how do you switch fighter? There's a way to switch fighter. I don't think there is. Maybe that's disabled for right now. I don't see him. Where's my boy? X up? I think hitting reset camera ruined it. Yeah, I don't really know how this works. But I get it. I understand what he did wrong. So I shouldn't have hit reset camera. I have to let the auto cam be exactly where it is, otherwise it disappears. See what I mean though? Because that's what I was talking about earlier. Now I just need to figure out how to fucking exit replay mode. Oh, you have to do LRA start? There we go. LRA start is such an interesting button combination because every generation of Nintendo hardware is a little bit different. So the bizarre way in which you have to contort your hand is different with each Smash game. Like, you think about the GameCube, it's like, oh yeah, it's pretty easy. LRA start. Those are all kind of easy to suss out. But then you think about the Wii U gamepad, right? That's okay, LRA, similar. But then the start button is like all the way on the other side of the controller. And you're already using your left hand for L, so you can't just move that over. It's like an ordeal. And then with the Joy-Con, you kind of have to do like a little bit of both. Because if you try to do A and start, like they're close by, but if you try to do them both at the same time, you also get X. Unless you like arc your finger in a bridge over the X, but no, you can't do it. So you gotta like bring your left hand over, and I'm using split Joy-Con right now, so thankfully that's easy, but I can't imagine with the puppy grip. Oh god, or with the Pro Controller? That would be very easy. Okay, here it comes, here it comes, here it comes. Give me the titties. See, so I'm not doing anything, this is all auto cam. And the truth is revealed. And now I'm gonna hide display and take several screenshots of every frame. Look at that pose. And then when I slide through this on my photo album, it'll be real time. This fucking dude in the bottom right, I love it. Oh, hey, Corn. Well, that was worth the hour. Alright, start. There's a Terry Bogard quote where he talks... What do you mean he talks about me? Even though the person putting it in the wiki wrote your name wrong. He says, even if your punches could take down a griffin, they couldn't catch the wolf. Why does he say that? Why you say these ridiculous stuff? I feel like Tommy Wiseau and Terry would get along very well. They seem to have a similar grasp of the English language. Okay, it's time to get out of here, but before we go, it's time for the time-honored tradition. First of all, I want to see if they use, like, the Neo Geo logo here. No, they call it Fatal Fury, but there's Neo Geo songs in here, I guess? Yeah, 50 songs! That is crazy. Voices, though. It still bothers me that Piranha Plant apparently doesn't have a voice, but... Of course, all four of these fuckers do! Hi, Terry. Oh, but these are all getting crusted up. You love that crackle. You love to hear it, except you don't because it's fucking miserable. Good yaoi noises, though. Wasn't expecting them to be this solid.
Goodbye. Pearl Wave. Lock 2. Brother Cole. Burn. Burning. Clock suit.
That was 34? Hold up. Let me take another...
Clock suit. Clock suit.
That's the one I think sounds like Raccoon.
Kickback. Rising tackle. Here. Bingo. Power dunk. Beat up. Power geyser. Go bang. Are you okay? Buster Roof. Over kid. Sana. Cheers of big one. Buster Roof. Hey, come on. Stand there. Okay.
I like how he has two different OKs. Also, that is a lot of voice clips for one character, although it does make me realize something. Fellas, we didn't see Terry's final smash. We have one more thing. That's definitely Crack Shoot. Alright, I'm gonna do... Well, I can't do items off. I gotta pick a smash meter. Items off has been the bane of my existence. We'll do final smash meter, and then I'll play as Terry. Yeah, I guess I'll stick with this stage. There's so many songs. I mean, we'll still probably get a new one, right? Alright, let's see what Terry's final smash is, and then we'll turn in. And let's have him murder Isabelle. Nah, fuck it, I'll go 9. With final smashes on my side, I don't think I gotta worry.
3, 2, 1, go!
See, though, they're truly 2 peas in a pod, because both of these characters now represent spending an insane amount of time on a very minor visual achievement. It's only fitting, really. Ooh, that feels good, baby. I keep waiting for the Smash Ball, but I just realized that I picked Final Smash Meter mode. Although I could swear that I also have like a Smash Balls mode as well. Although I might actually have Smash Balls turned on for this setting. I named it Final Smash Meter, but I think I have those enabled too. But the rarity might be a little bit... not quite as generous as I'm expecting it to be. I don't think they're gonna show up this early on in the match. Yo, how come Isabelle's getting her smash sooner? Isabelle's like that one angry Chihuahua meme right now. He's a very threatening puppy. Alright, I don't know how this works, but for safety, I'm gonna stand in front of this character. Oh my, Isabelle, please calm down. Eh? Oh, that's pretty sexy. That's a good final smash. Well, I'm satisfied now, I guess, but I'll finish the match for style points. And who knows, maybe we'll get a second win in by the end of the match. You know, for a character who automatically readjusts based on the direction they're facing, I sure have a hard time making Terry face the right direction, even though he does it automatically. Show that dog who's boss. I only answer to one puppo. I thought I rolled. Well, input delay. And yet somehow I'm still okay. I'll take it, I'll take it. Give me the smash. You fool, Isabelle. In your attempts to silence me, I have only grown stronger. You will regret your words and deeds! Oh, or not. That's interesting how that works, then. It's okay, we saw like one final smash, I guess, is whatever. Boy, Terry sure did win. There's only one winner on a night like this, and it's not me. Yeah, Smash ended up getting like an extra hour. Good heavens. Alright, well, that was Smash Ultimate for tonight. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the stream, you can follow me here on Twitch or on YouTube at The Full Galaxy, where all the VODs are, plus highlights and more. You can also subscribe to me here on Twitch and check out those new emotes if you'd like. You can also check me out on Twitter, Tumblr, Pillowfort, and Discord. There is a Discord server with all sorts of channels for you guys to check out both on and off stream. And if any of those interest you, you can find links to that, all the things that I just mentioned, in the Twitch cards below if you're watching this live, or in the YouTube description if you're watching the VOD. Have a good night, everybody. Oh my god, you were here the whole time?